evening. Thanks for joining me, Dorothea, on Through an Orthodox Christian Lens. I will be talking about the LA riots this evening. So I'm going to start with that. This is a short little video on what's been going on. Okay. That's what's been going on with that. As a matter of fact, it seems to have spread to other cities in the country, such as Dallas and Aurora, Colorado. Dallas, Texas, and Aurora, Colorado. I am guessing it's probably going to spread to other cities, big cities, perhaps. Now, I say riots because protests are not riots, are not violent. They are mainly peaceful. It turns to being labeled riot when violence is perpetrated, which is the case in these chaotic events that have been unfolding the last two days, I think it's been. The first moment I saw this story, a couple of days ago, seeing the burning cars reminded me of the LA Watts riots in 1965. But, you know, those riots pertain to injustices to African Americans, not non-Americans or illegal immigrants or whatever you want to call them. This is basically, obviously, against ICE and its tactics in removing illegal immigrants. This also reminds me of the Floyd riots in the summer of 2020. You know, they were burning structures and looting and all this, and that's what's been happening in the LA riots as well. You know, there was also that, you know, they just turned DC, as I had said in one of my videos, into this post-apocalyptic scene. It was just really terrifying and horrible. Now, Trump's deportation program is much more overt and out there for people to see and capture on video, while Obama's was not, although he is still the president that deported more people than any other president, as far as what I've learned. Now, regarding the riots spreading across certain cities in America, this can be a natural effect due to the fact that other people may be against ICE's actions. They could be influenced by seeing these and want to take part in their own cities, you know, their own protests in their own cities. However, there are some people saying these are paid protesters, rioters. This was suggested by Clayton Morris, his wife Natalie, on Redacted. So let me see if I can bring that up. I'm going to play just a short portion of what I'm talking about.
Well, the anti-ICE riots in Los Angeles are entering a pivotal moment right now. President Trump has authorized the deployment of U.S. Marines to help quell the violence. Meanwhile, who's funding these riots and rioters? Videos emerged yesterday of black unmarked cars arriving in the middle of the riots to hand out expensive riot masks to the protesters. Who's paying for that? It's really interesting. Just pulled up, here are all the boxes for riot masks. Here you go. And they knew where to meet them, by the way. It's all very coordinated. And as lawyer Lauren Powell pointed out, one of the NGOs organizing the riots got $34 million in government grants from the state of California just last year alone. Take a look at this. This is the Coalition for Human Immigration Rights. Just one of the groups. Look at that, $33 million. There are many more to name, by the way. I've gone through like a lot of these NGOs today, looking at their backgrounds and data. I mean, liberals are calling these peaceful protests. I wonder who organized these peaceful protesters to storm an Apple store.
So anyway, they go on and they're basically questioning this and wondering if it was done by NGOs or something, you know, instigators or whatever. Now, there are others, like Kim Iverson, that think this is another way to take away our freedoms and questions how President Trump is dealing with these riots. Let me show you her video. This is what she says.
Everything that's going on there, and also now Pete Hegseth saying that they are sending in the Marines. Is that the latest? They're sending in the Marines now? So I know they were mentioning this. Yeah, okay. So they're saying that they're actually doing it. I am not in favor of this. I don't think that the federal government, I mean, look at it. In the future, it will be President AOC. Do you want President AOC sending in the troops to quell any sort of uprising in Texas or wherever? I think this is an attack on state sovereign rights. I mean, the president has every right to control the border. I think the border is totally and completely the president's responsibility and in his purview to handle. But sending troops into American cities, I think that this sets an incredibly dangerous, scary precedent. We didn't like it when it was against January 6ers, going after them, using federal law enforcement to find them, snuff them out. I don't know why I don't know why people would champion this, because to me it's short-sighted. When it's President AOC, you're not going to like it.
Okay, so that's what Kim has to say on this. I don't know. I don't know what to think on this. I don't have a set stance on this at this time. But I do recall jogging my memories here with this riot in LA. I remembered something that Metropolitan Neophytus of Morphu in Cyprus, that was the bishop there, had spoken about a holy elder he quoted in a video I did earlier that was also a video on a prophecy through the Holy Wisdom channel had shared originally. So I'm going to just share that little portion so you get an idea of what I'm talking about regarding Civil War.
Τα είπε ο Άγιος γέροντας Βασίλειος ο Καυσοκαλυβίτης. Εκοιμήθη το 2015. Άρα αυτά τα είπε γύρω στο πριν το 2000. Το κακό θα έρθει από...
I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the sound since it's all in Greek and read it to you. Evil will come from the west and quickly. People of other religions will dominate. They will make monsters and marks. No idea what that means. There will be a civil war. This is said for Greece, but there will also be a civil war in America. In political anarchy, that is, during elections, because they won't want to hand over the power. It's mainly the big cities that will be affected. Blood will be shed on both sides. Innocent blood will be shed, but it won't last long. Days it will be on the fingers of one hand. All the states will be, that's the Greek stuff. They only succeed in conquering themselves. Listen to what you are saying. Tell me a prophecy. Hear what the saint is saying. But know that without a gunshot being fired, we will be enslaved. Oops. We will sleep free and wake up enslaved by what our own politicians will sign and accept. Okay, so with that information, there's always a possibility that these riots could be stoking a civil war, but who knows? You know, it's just me sharing my thoughts that come up and pop in my brain. And so I was thinking, okay, yeah, that makes sense, because there's the federal issue with Trump bringing in the National Guard, and then he also brought in, most recently, the Marines, which, you know, that's kind of scary. What's going to happen with that? Who knows? But doesn't seem really good. And so, you know, there was some tension between the governor of California and the mayor there, Bass, between that and the federal things. You know, this as Kim was saying, you know, states' rights and letting the governor make the choice. And I understand that. That makes sense. Can't say I totally disagree, but you know, I'm thinking that maybe President Trump thought, well, Governor Newsom hasn't been very good at keeping up with all the crimes and terrible things that have happened in California. So was he trying to do nip it in the bud and just get this taken care of before it gets really bad? I don't know. Could be. So, obviously I don't know. But I'm just, as I said, sharing this with you, my thoughts. What do you think is going on? You can leave your comment below my video. Thanks so much for watching. Please follow my channel if you haven't already. Like my videos if you like them. So follow me on my Rumble channel. Follow me on, subscribe to my channel on YouTube. And thanks so much for your support. Until next time, have a wonderful evening.